Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Please join us for the best in discussion, debate, and analysis of the game we love, college football, for you, the smart fan. Got Gabby Urrutia on the line from State of the U talking Miami football. The Canes have put on the pads and have hit spring practice for about the past week, starting on March 19th. I was checking out, Gabby, some of Manny Diaz post-practice comments. Competition seemed to be a main theme for him. Maybe if reading between the lines that Mark Richt possibly gave a few jobs, obviously based on their track record or play or their athletic prowess, but not having quite the competition across the board. And Manny Diaz basically wants every position to be earned.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that stuck out last year in regards of Mark Richt maybe being a little conservative about the competition was him bringing Malik Rozier. I believe it was I want to say it was the Virginia game that N'Kosi Perry goes out for the first couple drives. He doesn't play well. He pulls them, and then Miami obviously goes to lose a pretty bad game to Virginia. At the time, no one expected Miami to be a 5-6 loss team at the time. They dropped one against Virginia, and he says that he just needed some maturity at the position. And it's just one of those things that, like, Malik hadn't been playing well. Obviously, they had moved on to Cozy. And it's just one of those things that, why? Like, what has Malik done that's really that much better? Why not give Jaren a shot? Jaren was a freshman at the time, a highly touted freshman out of Georgia. And it's like, where was Jaren in this whole process? Was he even getting a legitimate chance to actually play? Both the quarterbacks are struggling, especially towards the end of the year where it's like, now with the new rule that they have 4 games that they can play in, why not let him get a series or two to see what Jaren could do? We weren't winning much anyways at the time. Why not just let the freshman go out there, get some real game experience, and let him play? So that's something that I feel like Manny Diaz won't do. Manny Diaz is just whoever's there, whoever's in the program, they're going to let him go out and they're going to have to earn it. And it's not going to be about, there's not going to be any preconceived notion that like Manny Diaz gave everyone a fresh slate. Jaren Williams was intending to transfer, came back because Manny Diaz promised him there was going to be a competition, a legitimate competition. And it's been all over the field. It's not even at the quarterback position. You see, he's created so many different competitive environments. The receivers and the cornerbacks are going one-on-one all the time. They're putting running backs against linebackers, challenging them. There was actually a play where Cam Davis, who's actually apparently changing his name to Cam Harris, he was lined up with Michael Pickney, star linebacker Michael Pickney, almost took off for the NFL. And the sophomore comes, catches like a little out route, makes a pivot, and just takes off down the field, just completely leaves Pickney in the dust. And, the whole team gets excited. And, it's just like you see how they're creating these one-on-one matchups, challenging the offense and the defense, the receivers and the cornerbacks, to step up and to show the coaches, to show Manny Diaz, to show Coach Dan Enos who's going to be the guy, who's going to step up and who's really going to take that leadership role, who's going to take advantage of that competitive environment and allow it to make them better, not to bring them down, not to create any scared players. They want players that are going to go out there and compete. And another thing that he did that was really just a testament to the competitive environment that he's building there is that he implemented the big cane drills. And what that is essentially is just a big Oklahoma drill, and they do it on the 50-yard line right on top of the U. And that has a lot of historic relevance because, as we know, we've seen through the documentaries, just hearing through Miami Hurricanes lore that problems were settled on top of the U. Things were handled on the U. If you had a problem with somebody else, you meet at the U, and if you guys need to go at it, you guys do what you need to do. So Manny Diaz is taking some of that history of Miami Hurricane football, implementing that into the program now, and just allowing guys to go at it. We saw some offensive, it was kind of tough because from the media standpoint, we're right along, I guess, the west sideline of the whole Carroll Soper indoor practice facility, which is beautiful, by the way. It's an absolutely gorgeous facility. And so they're 3 players deep, It's you can't really see much of what's going on in the middle, exactly who's going at it. But I can tell you that Jonathan Garvin, Miami Hurricane defensive end, he's probably with the most experience. He had a great year last year, a great freshman year as well. He came out victorious, and he had his whole defense jumping on top of him. Jaren Williams and N'Kosi Perry apparently went at it inside the Oklahomas in the big cane drill, and Jaren Williams came out on top of that drill as well. So they're not afraid to let the quarterbacks hit each other either. It's not like they're protecting their quarterbacks. It's not like Cozy and Tate and Jaren are being coddled and no, don't touch our quarterbacks. It's no, we're creating this environment so that we create the best man, the most mentally tough leader of our offense, which is what we need to build. We need to build a mentally tough team. And I feel like that's what Manny Diaz and Dan Enos are helping establish here at Miami.